guy going hard here. It looked like a beautiful night out here. But it just seems to be getting a little bit moist. It's a bit stingy.
Do I need to be doing zooms and stuff like that?
A little bit. Alright. So that's that.
Yeah.
And this ring here. Which one? This ring here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Alright. That's it. And I'll try and let you know what's going on.
And welcome down here to the beautiful Glenelg Lacrosse Club for the first Friday Night Lights of the season for 2019. And we have two
State League games coming up this evening. We have, in the women's coming up first, we have Glenelg versus Sturt. And then later on in the evening, we have North Adelaide versus Glenelg down here. And for the women's game, I'm joined by Mr. Linton Arscott. Linton, good evening.
Good evening, Tony. What a glorious night at West Beach.
It's beautiful down here at the moment. It's probably about 15 degrees and there is not a breath of wind, which is probably why it's keeping. We have a big full moon, so if I turn into a bit of a werewolf later, don't worry about it. But I haven't had a beer as yet, so we're doing all right now. And obviously the first of the live streams here for Friday Night Lights. Sort of it shapes up to probably be a bit of a one-way affair given the scores that have been. And obviously Glenelg sitting at 2-1 at the moment, and the only loss coming off that to Brighton a couple of weeks ago where they went down 16-9. But other than that, they've been fairly high scoring, 11-6 against Woodville and 18-4 obviously in the opener against Burnside. Last week against Burnside. Woodville was the Anzac Day game.
No, Burnside was the Anzac. No,
Woodville was the Anzac Day. No, that doesn't seem right, does it? That was Brighton and Woodville. Yeah, that's why we haven't done this yet, and we're warming up to it. So we welcome all our viewers. And obviously Sturt coming off three, what you'll say, comfortable losses. First game against Wildy, 16-4. They then met Woodville, went down 17-4, and Burnside was 12-8. So that's probably the closest of them. Obviously, the scoring power of Glenelg seems to be right up there as far as in the comparison with Sturt and Glenelg, but obviously Carly in the cage is going to make that a little bit more prevalent for Glenelg.
Yeah, and then you got to look at Sturt as well. They got Addie in goals, who's a brilliant goalkeeper herself. So it could be an interesting game for a while, but I would think that, you know, looking at the players on paper, that Glenelg will run around away from the game a bit. But, you know, Sturt have got a fairly young side, and I think Sturt at the moment are just rebuilding, and the future's going to look pretty good for Sturt, I think, in a few years.
Yeah, it's funny, obviously out there last night, and we had the juniors. I rolled up to take State League training out there, and I looked out onto the bottom oval where everyone was training there, and I can tell you there was an absolute sea of young faces out there. There would have been, without a lie, there was 120 people on one field last night between men's and women from the 8s through to 17. So it looks rosy out there at the moment, and obviously a lot of, as you say, young talent coming through this Sturt side. You know, they've got Anastasia Ritchie and Michaela, and then obviously Ashley Hill. So, you know, there's some real youth coming through there. Another one,
Abby Rick, who played the under-15 tournament last year as well.
She did. She actually played in the Storm team for the national winners. So, you know, really, and then obviously Alana's young as well, and Elise Lowe is another one. And, you know, and we're probably saying that Bianca and Kit are the old crew, but they're really not at 23, 21, 22.
And then, you talk about a bit of experience in this team helping him, and Kim Sutton, who's, you know, been around, you know, I don't like saying it for a while, but at least there's a bit of experience there helping the young girls.
Yeah, and you saw in the warm-ups there where, Kim was out there, and you could see the stick skill that she was bringing others into the game. So someone like that up in an offensive end, especially to get the ball down there, just controlling it, will be a really good value for this young Sturt side. But obviously on the Glenelg side too, there's a lot of youth going through that Glenelg side at the moment too.
You look at it, you know, you got young Nikki Haynes, who was in the under-15 tournament last year. You got Talia Fitzner, another young one that's coming through.
Well, Ella Brody.
Yeah.
You know, Jess Morrison was in the under-18 national championship this year as well with Darcy Beckett. So there's really good signs overall for South Australian lacrosse in the women's division. Really looking forward to, obviously a few in the under-19 Australian side, but really looking forward to the nationals in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it should be interesting national side, actually, because, you know, I looked at the South Australian team. It's a fairly young South Australian team.
It is, and I think both the men's and women's teams have gone with some experience, but they've also gone with some real youth through the sides, and I think that's something that we've talked about over the last few years, where we've sort of haven't made too many changes within these state sides over a long period, and not blooded these young players coming through. So, made a real focus this year.
It's good for their development too, because you look at the men's side, and you've got a lot of those young ones you got in are still in Aussie squad, under 19 squad, and that's only going to make them better. Playing under that pressure in the state tournament, that's going to make them grow that next step even more.
Absolutely. And as you say, you know, coming off those under-18 championships in Perth down at East Freo, you know, that group of young women will step through together now for South Australia over the next 10 years. So, you know, that looks like
the future's looking pretty good in South Australia, you know, especially in the women's side of it. The boys' side, it's probably lacks a little bit of depth compared to the women's, but, you know, there's some really good talent in the boys as well. Yeah,
look, I think especially through the 18s championship for the men's, they you know, Victoria looked really strong. They were very strong, and I think WA and SA were in a very similar sort of structure. But we've got a bit of work to do to catch the Vic boys, I think.
And I think, and what you're saying is right there, but I think the Victorian pool's a lot bigger to pull from than us. And it's really good. We've got some new technical equipment through the Lacrosse SA TV at the moment, and we're lucky enough, and we'll have Courtney Hobbs mic'd up over there on the coaches bench for Glenelg. So through our timeouts and through halftime break, we'll be able to hear. As you can just hear Courtney coming through the speakers loud and clear there, and plenty of experience on the coaching area. You know, you talk about Courtney that's, you know, played for Australia umpteen million times, you know, and just a very, you know, skillful player and great knowledge of the game. You know, you couldn't ask for anyone better to be teaching a young team, and with a lot of juniors coming through as well in Courtney. And, you know, then you got Stewie that's played, you know, about 400 or 500 senior men's games with a lot of experience as well.
Which will bring a different look about, you know, sometimes bringing that women's game to the men's game to the women's game. It'll certainly give a little bit of a different look. But we really do appreciate Courtney for being mic'd up tonight, and it's really good that the coaches and obviously referees and umpires, when they get those opportunities, can be mic'd up as well. So we really do appreciate it, and we do have Shane Abbott coming through later on. So as the women just get ready here to start this game, it's a fairly
mild night. I'm actually surprised down here at West Beach. It's a really great night. So if you're sitting at home thinking it's really cold down at West Beach and you want to come out and watch some lacrosse, you got plenty of time to get down here.
Yeah, it's really not at the moment.
The barbie's cooking. You can smell it.
Can smell those sausages and onions, and no one's going to slip over down here. You know. So
no Bunnings Barbie.
And obviously the game coming up after between the men, between Glenelg and North Adelaide, is going to be a cracker as well. So if you're sitting at home wondering what you should be doing on this beautiful Friday night, not a cloud in the sky down here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. We're about to kick things off. Tammy Varga will
get this centre draw happening. And
we have Jess Morrison in there against Michaela, and there's some
two youngies
youth going about it now. So first centre draw about to be taken here. We've got Morrison against Ritchie, and that one hasn't gone any higher than me sitting in the chair at the moment, which is basically the same as me standing as they go again.
4 foot nothing.
4 foot nothing. We're all the same height lying down, I hear. Although I might outdo a few people actually with my stomach at the moment.
Redraw.
So
that's better.
And there's a ball to be won, and that's picked up by Baker. And Baker will bring Sturt into offense for the first time. She's being massively pressured there. And really good from Laura Evans. Laura's certainly, she needs an outlet here. And that's a great bit of defensive pressure, but good fighting.
Pick up.
Great fighting from Alana Baker, but she is monstered. Again, I saw Game of Thrones the other night, and the White Walkers were all over her there.
Especially when you got Karen Mortimer and Laura Evans, you know, two outstanding players, and such a young girl with no help. It's a little bit hard.
So Glenelg obviously into that first real offensive foray at the moment. As Darcy Beckett, she did this in the under-18s early. She got 3 early over there in the final, and she's getting on the board early here for Glenelg. Just a little one around the bottom corner.
They just cleared out the top there and left that bottom corner way open there.
So, and a big shout out to our sponsors here on LSA TV, Living Choice, and obviously Traditional Carports and Verandas. Thank you very much for being able to help us bring this great game of lacrosse to the masses, and we really do thank you for your support here at Lacrosse SA TV and on the Living Choice scoreboard. We will see Glenelg out to a 1-0 lead in the way of Darcy Beckett in the first.
So Jess Morrison draws it to herself.
Oh, Jess Morrison's off to the races here. But Michaela Ritchie, just great pace through the middle there.
Nice pick up
and
again.
Alana again being monstered.
By 3 this time.
She's just thinking, why are people... Oh, good knockdown there from Hill.
So Laura Evans controlling the ball.
I think, wondering whether Alana actually said anything to the Glenelg team beforehand, because every time she touched the ball, she's had 3 or 4 surround her. Just starting a bit of bullying out there at the moment. And the ball will go out. So, bringing the ball in here is Jamie Denning. And Jamie assessing what you go. Nice look inside, and there's bang. That's a great little pass there to Laura Evans. And Laura Evans having no trouble getting that one past Addie. As we see on the Living Choice instant replay, you'll see Jamie just popping around the side. Great cut there.
Back daughter.
And Addie coming out to shut down some space, but just went low and very difficult. And Laura Evans gets on the board for her first. And on the Living Choice scoreboard, we see Glenelg out to a 2-0 lead early in the first term here. And the two combatants in Michaela and Jess go about it in the centre again. Let's see if Alana can get the ball in the stick again this time, because she's certainly been around. Well done there from Michaela Ritchie. But she needs someone to present, and Alana, yeah, she's like, let me get rid of this thing. And that ball's just trickling out of bounds. And Kit just can't quite get to chase that one down. This is Rubber the Green just ran away like my putts do, Lip. As
leads it down the bottom corner to Jamie Denning.
And Jamie Denning,
who's the controller at X for this team.
Oh, missed pass there, just didn't. But Addie Cunningham out the cage.
Oh, overran the ball to
Gonna have to get back in now.
Gilbo's got the ball. Coming that bottom corner.
Round the outside, Denning with the ball, bang. Shot, but Darcy Beckett with the back up there. And Glenelg with no trouble. And that's another shot. So Darcy Beckett to bring the ball back in. As kicks it up the top. Good bit of hustle being shown there, Morrison. But Addie's too smart for that one.
Yeah.
And Addie will bring the ball out.
She'll take her time here.
A heap of people working in front of her at the moment. They're leaving the right-hand side over. But we're going to have a push here. So the ball will come up here to
get in.
To Bianca.
To the ball.
Jess Morrison just incurring that push there. But they're setting up, and they really need to present down here.
There's no help.
There is
coming to her at all.
So Bianca just uses the motors to get down the field, and she's has an opportunity here. Alana in the middle, but just takes it out.
Controlling it.
And she has Ella Drury just wearing her at the moment. But Sturt just need to get out and present here, don't they? They're all standing around watching one player do the work at the moment, and they really need to start presenting towards those players. Because at the moment it looks like Glenelg got an extra 3 players out there.
Yeah, I think Sturt got to get up higher off the crease. They were just all bottled up there. They were just standing on the crease. They got to get up higher and get a bit of space so they can start cutting and looking for a bit of ball movement.
So Bianca with the ball still here. She has had the ball for the last minute now.
Running into her.
And she's been doubled there. Ball hits the ground. Ball to be picked up. Great pick up there. As kicks it out the side here to Sutton. As Sturt just worked the ball around again. as the ball
Still Sturt ball.
as the ball goes out of bounds.
Still a Sturt ball.
Ball out the back here to Elise.
Late, yeah.
And Elise will get a push there.
So she needs some help here from the cutters up top. Got to present themselves. They're a little bit stagnant at the moment. Nice look.
At the side, looks inside. Good cut there from Bianca McKay. And Bianca just not quite getting the opportunity.
Jess Morrison pick up the ball and using her wheels to get down to the attack line. Passes it to Jamie Denning.
And the ball is in the Glenelg offensive end. We have a 2-0 scoreline here.
Beckett's coming in the bottom corner. Controlled well. Passes off to Brody. Brody off to Jess Morrison. Sarah Haynes back to Morrison. Oh, Brody Brovnik. Time to go to the cage. Score a goal. Defender.
As Jess Morrison just lines up on Alana here. Alana down the outside. Good double there, though, from Kit. Kicks it down the back. She's got Beckett, who wants to go about her work down there. She doesn't mind coming from that that bottom corner. Kicks it up again to Morrison, and the ball will swing around again.
Yep. Sarah Haynes. Oh, nice save by Addie.
So Addie with the ball. She's had to make a couple of clears so far, but it's this offensive end, isn't it? Look, everyone's just holding back, and they're really locked off. The Glenelg players have locked off on the runners.
And that's one thing Glenelg do. They'll just pressure all over the field. They just have numbers to the ball, and that's how they get the ball turned over, because they pressure so hard. And that's what they were doing last week against Woodville. They put Woodville under pressure and got the turnovers.
So obviously Lacrosse South Australia here on the Facebook, but we also now are streaming live through YouTube. So if you subscribe to the YouTube channel or Lacrosse SA channel, as we see Addie just going about some work here, she'd love to go over the halfway line, I reckon. Just pops it down good. Oh, just missed. And that one might end up in Carly's stick down the end here. But yeah, if you get on YouTube and type in Lacrosse SA or TV, you will be able to put it on the 75-inch smart TV and see it in high definition quality. So
sit at home with a red, watch it on HD. What more can you ask for?
Jess Morrison with a little backhand, and Addie just says, "Not in my house, thank you very much." If you want to come through here, as we see the instant replay here on the Living Choice instant replay, you see the little shovel, and Addie went, "Yeah, not tonight. No party tricks out here at Glenelg tonight, not this early."
Just had to go low on that because Addie was already out in front of her. And that's the one thing with Addie, she'll come off her line and makes that angle even harder.
Yeah, she every time she is in the cage, and she does have a summer, she actually comes out and shuts down those angles and does that really well. And that's that's what makes her a really high quality goalkeeper. As we see Bianca, good shot off the off hip. And that one's only just missed on the left, and it's really good to see these women using both hands.
And she got good backup from her sister, so looking after each other.
A little bit of mental telepathy there from the McKay sisters. So comes around the outside. Oh, Tank. That one has a card has been given here. Definite. That one might have popped the bubble fairly hard. And that was a swipe, and
Brody Brovnik.
Brody Brovnik with,
Hold the fan black.
as you can hear, Courtney now just screaming out her instructions to her team. As Sturt go into a man-up opportunity here.
Middle. That's it, hold there, push him out.
And ball kicks down the back here. Kicks it to Sutton, kicks it to McKay. Oh, Bianca was sitting on that bottom corner, wide open by herself, and her sister just not used. Oh, that's
Hail Mary.
Oh, it's a Hail Mary, which
come off.
Not not the greatest pass in a man-up situation. Probably don't want to be throwing those ones across the middle of the crease with sticks up. You can see Michaela Ritchie by herself there. Great knockdown there from Dinning. Picked up by Anastasia. Just popping that one top, but Carly says no, 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 and here we go. Glenelg off to the races here. Karen Mortimer kicks it down to Evans.
Back to Mortimer.
Looks inside of Mortimer and bang. Right offside, top shelf. And a big save
by
down.
Carly and clear. Great clear.
Living choice instant replay here.
Nice give and go there. Laura and Karen.
Just Karen down the back, and Addie's not stopping that one. Not at that pace. And so Karen with her first of the game. And on the Living Choice scoreboard, we see a 3-0 lead. But a big shout out for all your carports, verandas and needs. Get on to traditional verandas and carports, roofing and guttering for Adelaide's finest home improvements, because they are the #1 company to deal with. Back to the centre here.
Laura Evans this time.
Laura Evans against Michaela Ritchie. And that's the new rule where no possession is called.
Your turnover.
That will be a turnover. Nice little shove there, but
got away with it.
Kim Sutton may not have read the rule book
About
as such. Don't touch
breaking.
that one.
Yeah.
Ellie. That's very unlike Ella Drury to just give you a little bit of a tap into a forward momentum. One of the tough defenders up and coming.
Yes,
Ella
especially
Drury.
for her age as well. Doesn't mind mixing it with the big ones, that's for sure.
So Glenelg going about their work again. Sturt, having had some opportunities in their offensive end, just didn't find the open players down there and didn't use that man up well enough.
The man up, they didn't kick the ball quick enough to the spaces, and Glenelg didn't even really have to move because they weren't moving the ball.
So Laura Evans just going past Michaela. Good save there from Addie. Got a bit of a stick on that one. And Addie's certainly come to play this evening. And that's probably her fourth save this quarter.
Save, yeah.
So she's certainly doing her work down there. Steps up, kicks the ball up there to Evans. Evans one-on-one here with Michaela Ritchie. Michaela just stepping one side, stepping the other side. A bit of ankle breaking going on there.
And goal.
And there is another one to Laura Evans, and she is
second for the game already.
Second for the game on the Living Choice replay. You can just see here. And Michaela will learn from that. She sort of had her going one way. She probably should have just kept her going that way, but overcommitted.
It was a bit like watching Steph Curry.
Yeah,
soon, dribbling
just,
past someone.
Just with his lazy 37 after a lazy 36 the other day, just breaking ankles. But his brother was all right today too.
Yeah. Seth and Steph.
I think any time you can hit 60+ points between two of you in two oppositions, your parents are probably going to be pretty happy.
I think it's just the Curry show.
Yep, they were giving him curry out there today. That is indeed right, Lip. So the ball just again, and Michaela
Ritchie's doing all right.
Doing a great job here. Oh, kicks that one up, and here comes the swarm. Every time, we've seen this before. This is deja vu. But Kit this time says, no, I'm going to put my head down, and off I go.
Work, Kit.
Good work there from Talia Fitzner on the defence, but Kit changes to her left, and that's the really good thing that I like to see at the moment. You know, these Sturt women are just starting to get those both hands going, and they're moving both ways. And often in the women's game, you'll see very one-sided players. Lippers, you've coached, obviously, in that state league. Women for a long time.
And the
looks inside to McKay. McKay both bang, and there's Sturt's first of the evening. Great little work there from Kit.
Yeah.
And Kit probably deserved that one after the work she did to get down there, as clock was on then too. We didn't see that come onto the field. And time has been blown, so that was with about 2 seconds to go. So good one for Sturt there on the instant replay. Just see Kit loose in the top, and Carly's not stopping that one. As we see Sturt get on the board through Kimberly McKay. And we have a 4-1 game here after the first quarter of this wonderful evening down here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club for our first Friday Night Lights. As we'll just take a couple of ads from our sponsors.
John Wood here for Living Choice Fullerton, a luxury retirement village which is set to become the most exclusive retirement living address in Adelaide. Keith, what's your verdict?
I'm impressed, John. These apartments really do have the wow factor, and you can choose from spacious one-bedroom apartments through to ultra-luxurious penthouses.
Location, luxury, lifestyle and living well. Once again, Living Choice has ticked all the boxes.
Come and have a look at the stunning display apartment
And discover the new standard in retirement living.
And thank you very much to our sponsors on LSA TV, Living Choice and Traditional, for their wonderful sponsorship in being able to bring this great game of lacrosse to you live and free on Lacrosse SA TV. And a good quarter, that first one, Lip. Obviously 4-1 in the way of the Glenelg Seahawks, but Sturt with their opportunities.
Yeah, Sturt had a couple of opportunities there, but the thing that I've seen with Sturt there is they were rushing a bit too much because they got pressured earlier and they see a player coming. They're just rushing their passes and causing a lot of turnovers. I think they've got to be a little bit smarter and work hard for each other.
So the two combatants back in the centre again, and that is going to be a Sturt ball. And Michaela's, no, that's,
yeah,
yes.
She went early.
Her facial expressions went, it was either shock that I actually got that one given to me because she expected to go against her.
Yep.
And but Michaela, good set of pace, but Jess Morrison's certainly going to, good inside. If she looks back inside here, Bianca
good control.
Steps inside. Another, that's off the tank. Hey, just like Traditional would make. That is a post and a half. Yep. Standing strong down there. That ball has nailed the right-hand post off the shot from Bianca McKay, and Glenelg will bring the ball out here.
Through Karen Mortimer, advantage.
So the advantage given. Alana picking up Karen.
Goes down the bottom corner to Darcy Beckett.
And Darcy Beckett
controlling X.
Just a little flip there.
To Nikki Haynes.
Nikki Haynes.
Sarah Haynes, sorry. Wrong one.
Definite Haynes.
Definite Haynes, yes.
But has a shot, and Addie just pushing that one wide. Didn't get a stick on it, but just her presence to come out of the cage made the shot just go to the left-hand post. But Sturt will have to be better on those bottom corners. They can't allow them to come around and get topside like that. As Karen's
going to go here, one-on-one.
Karen Mortimer picks up, looks inside. Addie with another big save up top shelf. And Addie's off to the races.
There's no help here.
Alana works for her, but you know what happens when Alana gets the ball? There's about 15 Glenelg players that
nice pick
pile
up
on her.
by Kit.
Bianca McKay is, you saw
one.
the pace, and Bianca's she's off to the races, looks inside, just misses the handle here. But Elise with the backup, picks the ball up down the back corner. And Elise Lowe, certainly they've got some pace here.
Yeah, they look good, but they've just got to just settle their passes a bit. You know, they're panicking that little bit too much when they've got plenty of time, but they're just not settling.
You can see here, Elise is under a lot of pressure, and no one's actually moving towards her. No one's actually looking for that pass as we speak. Someone actually does, but there's too much standing around and watching what's going on, and letting someone work one work for the ball, and everyone else is not really working. Where you comes down the other end, and Glenelg are all working off the ball.
And the other thing is that they're passing to people standing still and under pressure as well. You know, and
so a 3-second call here.
Timeout by Sam.
Oh no. So obviously Sam Kilford calling a timeout there. He's coaching the Women's State League this year. That'll be some fun times at home with him and Addie if he makes the wrong call. But we'll just listen in here to Courtney as she has her timeout address.
Struggling to keep the pressure on the ball and the distance. Everyone else can back in.
So Stewie Robb just having a chat there. Obviously we've got Courtney mic'd up, but Stewie's taking over most of the most of this time out.
Ball back here. Work hard for.
And again, we thank.
Rest and D. Here we go, girls.
So you know you can tell Glenelg's game is to pressure in attack at all times. They'll be pushing out. So Sturt have got to be that little bit smarter and move their feet. Everyone's got to be on the move to help out.
Yeah, look, the pace of both the McKay sisters tonight, both Kit and Bianca, has been outstanding, and Michaela Ritchie obviously the same. Annie obviously has had one opportunity at the cage, but she can use her motors here as she does. Again, just rolls outside, rolls inside, and she's going about the work on Brody here.
Brody, yep.
And Annie holds a good ball, but this is where she needs to move it on. She's had a go, had 2 or 3 opportunities.
Yep.
And obviously Elise with the ball,
yep.
she needs someone
help
to be coming with her and someone talking as the ball just kicks down the back there. But a little bit still too much standing around watching at the moment from the Sturt team. Not working with each other. They're all sort of letting someone do it and getting in each other's way at times where they really need to get the ball and go. And Alana,
nice cut.
Just like that one down the middle. But they need to move the ball on quicker here. And I wonder whether Sammy Kilford had certainly had that message, hopefully.
But you've just seen then, Alana did a beautiful drive. There was 3 girls crashed in her from Glenelg. So where was the other Sturt girls helping out and calling for the ball?
But you can see here the double team down the back at the moment on Elise, and the ball's going to go out of bounds here. And again, that comes from people standing around, watching one person do the work with the ball.
Yeah, they're not working hard enough for each other at the moment, Sturt. And, you know, if they start to work hard for each other, they can make a really good contest of this game because they've controlled a fair bit of the ball.
That they have. And Morrison with the ball down the back here.
And she'll turn on the jet.
Has Elise Lowe just trailing her at the moment after Elise has been doing a fair bit of work down in the offensive end. But you can see here that, you know, the ease with which Glenelg are taking it out of that defensive end.
Because the ball moves quicker than your feet.
Yeah.
So they're pushing, they're moving the ball on quicker. Oh, nice cut.
Oh, great cut. And bang, there's one up the top shelf there from Sarah Haynes. That's her first of the evening. And Glenelg, after Sturt having most of the offense there on the Living Choice replay, you can just see here, ball out the back, great cut down, just gets behind her player. And just...
She didn't have to move the stick there.
No.
Karen Moore put that in her stick beautifully.
And Abby Rigg just ball watching a little bit there. But again, a young player, and this is where they learn. So while you know, she's had a goal scored on her, she'll be better for that.
Yeah.
You always are, if you can learn from those, and especially learning from, you know, quality players that are, you know, popping the balls in. So back at the centre here, and if you're watching live and free on LSA TV, whether it be through the Facebook or whether it be through YouTube, if you want to give us a like or give us a share, and because the more we can bring this beautiful game to people around the country, and there's a lot of people that watch both here and overseas, Lip, through the LSA TV. The more shares, the more likes, and the more subscribers we have, the more we will be able to bring you throughout the year in South Australian lacrosse through LSA TV, which is proudly brought to you by Traditional.
Even if you got a comment or you want a shout out, get on.
Yep. Look, we've got the social media up now, so a couple of big shout outs. It's good look inside.
Karen.
Karen just goes, thank you, allows Addie to come out, and another one there, and that's her second for the evening as we go to the Living Choice instant replay here. You can just see Karen come off the outside, just wait till Addie to come out, and as she put her stick up, she just popped it around the outside.
Nice feed by Jamie Dinning though, great feed.
Really good. So a couple of shout outs here. We've got Trish Adams watching, Jaden Taylor's watching, Elise Rowe and Dana Johnson's watching, not playing. We hope your team is doing a good job for you there, Dana. And Laura Robinson's watching. Kath Connolly, big shout out to you. Couch is comfy. Yes, I'm sure it is tonight, Kath.
Probably having a wine at the same time as well.
Michael Gowdy's watching. Jakey Rosenthal, Abby Thorne is also watching. Ryan Gaspari is watching. Ryan obviously enjoying the warm weather up in Queensland, and congratulations to Ryan for his award last night. And the young...
What can't that guy do?
There is nothing that Mr. Gaspari can't do.
Oh.
He got the young Achievement Award
for the caravan industry.
For the caravan industry. So he is certainly motoring along in his career at the moment, as Anastasia also is motoring along here. But big congratulations to Rhino. There is not much that man
nice
can't
move
do.
by Bianca. She's in.
Oh, just missing the left-hand post.
Nice back up there by Kim Sutton.
So obviously the beautiful weather down here just affecting the feed slightly at the moment. But we've got a bit of glitchiness down here, but that would be the speed that was being, and maybe the electricity
Shot
from
by,
that.
Bianca's shot.
Bianca just took all the electricity out of the air. So just comes around the side, Kid again, top shelf. Have they got the backup? And yes, they do. Good backup there from Michaela. Michaela recognising that fairly quickly. But that's two really good shots from the McKay sisters.
Yep, bit of power coming out of those two shots as well. It's good. Oh no, it was a turnover. So Glenelg did get the ball. Interesting.
I thought the point went to Sturt. Yeah. But obviously the ball went out before Michaela had, and that has just nailed Kit. The pass missed everyone. Ground ball to be won here. Anastasia, Kit, battling really hard, doing a great job.
Sarah Haynes, and the vacuum cleaner.
And Annie is saying, nope, you're not coming through here. As Tam has an opportunity here that's come off a Sturt stick, and unfortunately just didn't quite get the ball first up. And Tamarin there just knocking that one out. That one goes back to Glenelg.
Jamie Denning at X, controlling X tonight. Her and Darcy taking it in turns. So now here we got Chelsea Gilbert up top. He's going to go.
Oh, gets past.
Oh, nice look to
Good
Nikki.
knock down there. And Addie, hasn't she been good tonight? Unfortunately, she can't cross the halfway line, but she's been very good. Yeah, just like the men's game. We like the fact that you should, if she was able to cross, Sammy'd be screaming at her, going, get. And there's going to be a push here. So she can actually cross the halfway line. She just can't cross the restraining line.
Can't shoot.
And can't shoot.
Yeah.
You probably don't want Addie shooting. Good shot too. But great work there from Addie coming out of the cage. She's been really good down there. And we've got a 6-1 game here. We're about 3-4 minutes to go in this second term. And
Ella Drury's got the ball, running it down the field.
Glenelg just bringing the ball out there through Ella Drury. Looking for 6-1.
Nice pass. Oh, Brody Brovnik. Oh, nice knockdown by Bianca.
Again, playing really well, Bianca McKay.
The two McKay sisters
doing
are in everything at the moment.
They're doing it both ends though, aren't they? They are, and fighting for the ground ball, just as the Ritchie sisters are doing much the same. They're both battling really hard out there at the moment, Michaela and Anastasia.
So Glenelg just having a little bit of a breather in offense, just moving the ball around, setting something up here as Gilbo goes for a drive, but good double team there.
Good double team there. And
Kim Sutton, nice work, but she didn't have any help.
And a good comeback over there from Talia Fitzner to release Jess Morrison into the offense.
Oh,
good inside.
Brody Brovnik. Great cut.
That has put a bit of a dent in the top right-hand corner of the net there. Certainly had some power, as we will see that on the Living Choice instant replay here. Just watch the top of this net move when she pops this one into... no, we're a bit late on there, apologies, but you can still see the imprint left in the top right-hand corner. And Brody Brovnik getting on the cage for her first of the evening. And you probably, given the force of that one against those posts, probably almost need traditional
coming down
there to just fix that one up, I'd say. They would do a good job of that too, because they do a good job of everything else.
Putting a new pipe in.
New pipe. Certainly had some pace on there. So, and if you want to get in contact with traditional, contact them on 8376-3639 to find out how they can help you with the design and build the perfect addition to your home. So council approval will be done, and they are very, very much there, and they provide free quotes as well
Brody Bovnik.
an on-site measurement to fit with the constraints of your budget. So get on the phone, give them a call, give them a shout out, and I'm sure they will be able to help you with all their needs. Good cut through the middle there.
Laura Evans, good control.
There's Laura Evans. And we've got 3 seconds called here. As Alana Baker will find herself just going out to the backside there of Darcy Beckett. As it just starts to cool down a bit here, Lip. The big full moon up there at the moment. It's a big bright full moon. I thought it was the actual lights, and maybe that
Darcy Beckett
got in the way of Addie's eyes, even though she was behind it. Darcy Beckett with her second.
coming around the bottom corner here.
She's already done this once tonight. Just
yeah.
Can't let her get in that position because she loves that shot, Darcy Beckett.
That's her second for the night as well. Two from the bottom corner, just driving those bottom corner hard. Sturt's defence has got to help each other out there. Girls at the top have got to slide down and help out on the bottom corners more.
So 8-1 here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. And if you want to see that picture just that little bit clearer, get onto the YouTube and get onto Lacrosse SA TV on there. Watch it on the big 75-inch in the lounge room, just like Kath Conley is doing with a glass of red, probably, Kath. And get on there, watch it, and give us a shout out. Paddy Palmer coming up in the next game. He's watching. He must be just in the change rooms there, having a bit of a watch.
Nice run down and check there by Jess Morrison, but Sturt got the ball back.
Kim Sutton just getting inside her player.
Kim.
Oh, there's a flag down. But that is all clear, and Kim Sutton just going about her work. Got inside her player there. You'll see on the instant replay here. Sutton just getting goal side of her opponent, and you're in a lot of trouble when you get to that point, aren't you?
Yeah.
Cannot let your player get goal side of the defender, and found that really easily, but good there from Kim Sutton. Gets her first.
And we're talking about just the smartness of players like Kim Sutton. They knew she had a slider player on her and just used her body to push her way in to score that goal.
As we have a couple of the young superstars just coming to sit next to the commentary box here. They're loving this Friday Nights Live. So young Noah has been up on the Gold Coast for the under-15 IOC. Bit of a tryout up there, and he's put down his panini to come and have a quick chat. And welcome to LSA TV to Noah. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. And obviously just come back from a bit of warmer weather up in the Gold Coast.
Yeah, it was pretty warm. 27 each day.
27 each day, and that's about how many goals you would have put in the IOC tournament per day, wouldn't it?
No, I wished.
You were playing some defence, were you?
Yeah, I did.
You played defence up there?
Yeah.
As we just see a great save there from Adam Cunningham as the whistle goes for the first half here. It's a perfect time now to have a bit more of a chat. So obviously you went up there for the IOC under-15, bit of a showcasing.
Yeah, I did.
And how did you find that up there playing against all the other guys and girls around the country?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yep.
It was a bit different to what we play here. There wasn't much movement around the cage. It was just pretty much go straight to the goal.
So your style of lacrosse then?
Yeah, pretty much.
You'd be loving that, Noah, eh?
Yeah.
Yep, and obviously you can see Noah there on the live stream. Look at him next to Lippy. Hey?
He's even got the suntan, mate. Do you have the Speedos on up there? Oh, no. There's a little bit white underneath.
Yeah, and we see Hutto just sitting in the background there as well, just sucking on the ginger beer. That's a good drink, the old Bundaberg ginger beer. We wouldn't mind getting them on board as a sponsor either, just quietly. All right, so we're just going to go to some ads. Noah, thanks very much for having a quick chat. Great that you were over there with that experience. We'll let you go and eat your panini now before it goes cold.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
John Wood here for Living Choice Fullerton, a luxury retirement village which is set to become the most exclusive retirement living address in Adelaide. Keith, what's your verdict?
I'm impressed, John. These apartments really do have the wow factor, and you can choose from spacious one-bedroom apartments through to ultra-luxurious penthouses.
Location, luxury, lifestyle and living well. Once again, Living Choice has ticked all the boxes.
Come and have a look at the stunning display apartment
And discover the new standard in retirement living.
Keep that up. Darcy, our attackers are coming up. They're hitting that ball. And it breaks. When we move, it's those fast breaks for us. So keep that up. You don't. And yeah, because we've hit that down, and then you're looking up to go in, because that's that last hit.
Lippy, it's great to hear Courtney at half time.
Yeah, and you can hear Stewie pick up Stewie a little bit as well. You know, just the experience of these two coaches and to get them mic'd up. It's fantastic for the game and fantastic for other people to watch it live, mate, that aren't here.
Well, we might just tune in again and listen a bit more.
And Jamie, that feed's not on. We're going to move that ball to someone else, okay? Yes. Yeah. Timing it, and you're timing it really well.
There was one there where guys on the side making quite a lot of noise about passing it down, and there's no kicking on the but pass the ball down. She's been going away, just picked here, and they're coming out. So this person here, we've got to have a sense of timing, okay? But you did that drill, you can't just stand and try and feed because the defender's going to be in your face. So push in, then you push back out, and Sarah on your left, and it's perfect for you, coming out. But on the right, whoever's on the right, it's Jamie or Darcy, you push in, push back out again, some of you on the right, looking at this cutter coming straight at you like that, okay? It's a matter of timing it a little bit better, knowing that they're just being aware that they're going to do something off the ball for you to look at, yeah?
All right, guys, we don't stop here. It is 0-0 now. We're set, and we're hard this quarter. All right, come on. It's not. Yep, we're running that bench really quickly, so run hard, you'll get a sub.
All right, and welcome back here to just on half-time here as Courtney goes through her last little messages there, Lip. And we might go through some goal scorers of that first half. And what do you got there?
Well, Brody Brovnik with 1, Darcy Beckett with 2, Karen Mortimer with 2, Laura Evans 2, and Nikki Haynes 1. And for Sturt, Kim Sutton 1 and Caroline McKay 1.
So 8-2 here at the half. And we see the ladies come back out, and they will start proceedings again here with Michaela and Jess in the centre, and they've done a great job so far.
And that was good to listen to Courtney and Stewie at half time as well, and just listening to what they had to say, and getting a little bits of ins and outs. Yeah.
So just another thing we're trying to add here on LSA TV to get you right into the game, where we get the coaches involved, we get the referees and umpires involved, and that way, Lip, they don't have to hear me as much.
No, and in the next game we got Shane Abbott. Well, Shane's pretty vocal as an umpire and loves to get a bit of height with the flag.
I'm just going to say out here tonight under these bright lights at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club, if that yellow flag goes high tonight, it's going to be a perfect night to see it just wail down without the breeze blowing. And we're looking forward to seeing the man that is Shane Abbott throw that flag really high tonight. And as North Adelaide just get some instructions out the back there, they're already out and getting some warm up there. Yep. As we see Anastasia just down the back there.
Break D.
And Courtney very happy with that, as you can hear in our effects mic. But just a little bit too much pressure as...
the 21 there, Brody.
Well, she had 2 players on her again, so there was a Sturt player free that wasn't presenting to help her teammate out.
And this is the thing where they've given the ball to Elise. and they're making her do the work, but they probably should be going through, you know, the Ritchie sisters, through Kim Sutton, through Alana Baker. You know, they've got to be moving because she's got the ball here now, but draws another defender.
Oh, nice turn.
Good stick handling there. Just kicks it up to Baker. Baker, if she rolls back on her right. See, that's where she should have rolled back on her right. She was going, didn't have the left hand, but going to have a free shot here, Alana. But if she'd rolled back on her right-hand side, she had no one coming from this side lip, and she would have had a... so, look at a crash. Bang. Carly says, that's a warm-up shot for me.
Yeah.
He's like the Cookie Monster down there, just gobbling those up.
And look at the difference with getting the ball down with Glenelg. They push that ball, they throw the first pass, they look up and hit the player that's free.
Oh, just steps inside. Oh, unlucky there.
Off a hill.
Oh, there you go, Ashley Hill. You see on the replay here, as Lippy was just talking about, Ashley Hill got in a great position here, gets around, steps inside. That one's actually come off the head of the stick. Addie had it all covered on the outside, but that one's tipped off the other way and gone into the left hand. And
Sarah Haynes.
Does that become a knocked in women's lacrosse? Like obviously in men's lacrosse, if that comes off a defender's stick, it becomes a knock in, which then goes to the first home. Are there first homes in women's lacrosse?
Well, normally, but it'd be interesting to see what they call there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
So. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the scorebook after that.
But I'm sure it would go to Sarah Haynes. I'm going to give it to Sarah Haynes because I'm sure that's what they called.
Yeah. So, but an interesting there with that coming really hard off Ashley Hill's stick. As we see Alana Baker, and every time she gets the ball, people want to swamp her. And Jess Morrison says, "Oh, look, coming from the back here," and that is great pace there. As we see Alana just go about her work, as
nice
we also talk about, and steps inside, popped it over the top. Going to be in the crease, and she did some really fantastic work there, just like traditional verandas, carports, roofing and guttering. Adelaide, they do their finest work and finest home improvement, so for all your improvement needs, get in touch with the traditional verandas, carports, roofing and guttering on 8376-3639 to find out how they can help you design and build the perfect addition to your home.
No, she got it back.
But Glenelg just...
Off to Nikki Haynes.
Just
another youngster here with a bit of speed.
No one coming, but Kira Lee's
nice look.
Certainly making the defence there. As Karen, good crash there from Kit. Just got in the way of Karen. Karen kicks it up there to Laura. And Laura kicks it over there to the last goal scorer in Sarah Haynes.
Back to Laura.
He kicks it to Laura. She again has picked up Elise. Good swap with the left hand and bang, another one up the top there. Good stick skills there from Laura Evans, and she's
a hat trick for the night.
Got 1, 2, 3. I always wanted to do that. The count.
Because that full moon's out.
That full moon. I did say the creatures will be coming out, as you see on the Living Choice replay here, and
bang.
Just popping it top shelf.
And left.
And Addie sort of faked her one way and then popped it and just did her. And we've got a 9-2, 10-2 game here now.
We've got young Nikki Haynes taking the centre draw. This will be very interesting.
So on the Living Choice scoreboard, you'll see the score currently 10. Glenelg Sturt 2. There's a ball here to be won. Overran it, Laura Evans. She said, well, I got the last goal and I didn't mind the feel of that in my stick, so I'm going to go and get it again.
To Gilbert.
Gilbert going around her work. Oh, she liked what she saw there with Tam in front of her.
3 seconds.
3 seconds there. So obviously Chelsea coming back into the side after a couple of weeks off, Lip.
Well, it should be fresh.
We're very fresh. Just as we speak.
Oh,
Addie says, no, not here. Although that was a good bounce shot. Addie was going down low and had to really react high, as we see Bianca McKay bring it down the other way. She's got Tam in front of her here. She's got to keep going with her. Steps inside. Here's an open shot here to Tam. Oh, That has dribbled out of the stick.
Stick side.
Straight to Carly Evans. And Carly must have been thanking her lucky stars that that shot didn't come anywhere near with the pace it should have.
Great pickup by Nikki Haynes as well.
But really good work there from Sturt Lacrosse Club to have the, you know, they're giving themselves those opportunities.
Yeah, good movement. Foul.
As flag is down, but Jamie Dinning just says, don't worry about that flag. I'm going to put the ball in the back of the net. And Jamie Dinning is on the board for her first of this evening. And we are out to a 11-2 game here, as you see there on the Living Choice instant replay. That just
too easy there.
Far too easy in defence. And that's that 2-goal turnaround, isn't it, Lip? We had an opportunity down here from Tam. Just didn't quite get the pace in the shot. And Carly clearing it goes the other way, and they score one. And you know what could have been, you know, a 3-10 game is now 11-2, and it's back into the centre. And Glenelg obviously going about their way here. And you know, we did speak about it at the start of the game that it could look a little one-sided at the end of the game, and at this stage it's starting to look that way. But still having their opportunity, so they'll certainly get back into the game if they start to put some balls away. And just looking on the socials here, Kat going, yeah, Kim Kilakazi Sutton, Lee Haskett's watching. Big shout out to you, Lee. Joshy Harris, Drew Cooper, Cam Adams just online as well, saying don't think that would. I gather Cam's obviously talking about the goal. Maybe.
Nice pick up by Karen.
As Glenelg again just working their way around, and here's Ella Drury just popping down through the middle. This is a handle. Oh, good check. Oh. I thought she got a good piece of stick then, but obviously seen differently.
It's around the bubble though, mate. As soon as those high stick check comes around the head, you're going to go every time.
I tell you, if you had the old bubble making machine tonight, they'd just hang in the air, wouldn't they? No wind around here. So down to Beckett. Beckett kicks it up there to Evans. Evans kicks it over to Karen Mortimer.
Oh, nice look. Oh.
Great ground ball to be won. And that was really good there from Sarah Haynes. She's come to play tonight. Plenty of
Nikki
pace.
Haynes here. Oh, nice.
Over the
nice
assist.
work.
Up high again. Addie says, we are not going to take it up. I'm not going to let anything up there.
Yeah.
Not that close.
Sisters.
Talia tied on, Ruby tied on there.
Yep, she obviously doesn't let Sammy touch the cookie jar at home because she was good up top shelf there.
Yeah.
And maybe she's hiding him.
And there was another sister act. The two Haynes girls working well together there.
Yeah, look, that was a great pick up there from Sarah, who kicked it over to Nikki. And Nikki kicks it back to Sarah, and Sarah just that's a... Oh, this could work here.
Tuck it.
There's a bubble to be popped, but really good defense where they haven't actually... there is the bubble. And the first one was good defense, though, because she knew she was going to be in trouble if she hadn't. And with that stop play, she had two other players in front, so it could have been a little pass there, and they would have been well out of position, but just held up.
I don't think she'll shoot this.
I like your ESP there, Lip. But shot was had, and Jamie Dinning just bursting down. Alana Baker with the Jets. I think,
nice
looked at
look.
outside. Good stick there from Tam.
Addie again. Loves coming out of this cage.
Addie is on fire down there tonight, and she's obviously been doing a bit of fitness work. Maybe she'll be doing fitness with Sammy, because I see him out there running a lot for the box team at the moment. He's doing plenty of running, so...
Addie's probably running with some of the under-19 girls as well. Being involved with the under-19s.
Just missing
nice
the pass. This could be a lot of trouble here. Oh, Addie get
again.
that out of here, she says. And then have the stick down there. Addie has come out. That's another big save there from Addie. She's lucky she didn't run through her.
It's something they call it. It's when you get a block shot like that in basketball, they call it in your face.
That is a reject. So a free play. That is really unfortunate from Addie there, because that was outstanding goalkeeping. And we see the replay here, as there was no keeper in there.
Nikki Haynes.
And Nikki Haynes with her first of that's her first of the evening, mate.
Is that her first for the year in league?
The crowd went wild behind us, so maybe it was. It may be, as we see a timeout called here. So that's her first goal of State League career, which has plenty of upside.
She's going to have plenty of games in league.
And eligible for the next under-19s team. Oh,
scary.
So Courtney.
Job to clear for Karen, then it creates a fast break. If the fast break's not on, we want to get it to X for that slow break.
Yeah.
As Stewie goes around, and we see the Glenelg boys just come out of the change rooms. They were staying in the nice and warm in there.
They had the lap rug on and the rug boots on.
And they certainly heated the water bottles up and probably had them out. But North have been out here getting accustomed to this weather for the last 2 hours, it seems like.
It seems like they've been out here for an eternity.
Does seem like they've been out here for a long, long time out the outer side there. As the break here from the timeout just disperses. We have a 12-2 game cross club for Friday Night Lights. And send us a shout out if you're on the Facebook, or if you're watching on that beautiful 75-inch TV in the lounge room like Kath Connolly is at the moment.
In front of the fire.
Give us a shout out and let us know what your thoughts are of the game at the moment. As the ball is there to be won. Bianca McKay going about her work, but no possession.
Should be a check on Nikki, a pre-check, so Nikki Haynes gets the ball.
So Nikki Haynes with the
goal
ball.
scorer.
And
Lovely
she says,
change of hands.
maybe I'll just keep running.
Yeah.
And Michaela says, I'm going to run with you.
Oh, lovely change
Couple of
hands.
real good young women lacrosse players there. And certainly a bit of pace there from the two youngsters.
Oh, nice cut.
Oh, looks inside. Jess Morrison just missing the handle. As the ball's picked up here by Sutton. Sutton, see, that's a perfect. That is an outstanding. There's an old head when it comes to playing, isn't it?
Yeah.
As soon as he got the ball, saw Bianca McKay down the field.
Give the ball.
And I don't think Bianca has been used to getting balls thrown to her like that as Sutton comes back down.
And gets it again.
And looks over. But the passing is just, there's that quick passing which brings players into the game, as we see Kira Lee just dropping the ball out there under the pressure of Nikki Haynes. But Kira Lee gets inside. She's in here.
Go low.
Kira Lee. Big save up there too from from Carly Evans. And Carly just says anything Addie can do down the other end, I'm doing. And back again. The two racehorses are on. And up, bang. There's a goal there.
From another
Sarah Haynes gets her third of the night. That's her hat-trick for tonight. As we see on the Living Choice, instant replay just burnt off her defenders and just went under the stick there of Addie. Addie thought she was going high, but just pops it under that stick side.
But see, there's that save and that fast break and just the look up. The ball moves quicker than your feet.
Yeah. Well, and on the opposite side there, Kim Sutton doing that and giving it to Bianca, which if she'd caught it, she was off to the races.
Yep.
Kira Lee coming around that corner, beat her player off down the bottom corner, had an opportunity.
Had to go low though, but went stick side high again.
So we have a 13-2 game here at Glenelg Lacrosse Club on the Living Choice scoreboard. It says Glenelg 13, Sturt 2, and we are in the end of the third quarter here. So ball here to be won. Karen Mortimer with the ball, just letting Alana Baker do some circles around her, draws her player in, steps inside. Darcy Beckett, just another one for her.
That's her hat-trick.
And there's three for Darcy Beckett, one in each quarter so far, Darcy, and coming from the right-hand side and probably very mirror image shots of each other as we see on the replay here. Just manages to beat Annie on that bottom corner. And Annie just goes, you know what, you give the push away there, don't you? Give the push, put a little bit of pressure.
There was no help from the other defenders to help Annie then. Should have just slid and helped out.
Not like the help you get from traditional verandas and carports, roofing and guttering with Adelaide's finest home improvement company. They will help you out no end if you need any of those jobs done. So get in touch with Traditional on 8376 3639 to find out how they can help you to give you the perfect addition to your home improvements. As we go back into the centre here, as the we were right on that then, as the I thought I heard the bell ring, but that was just okay. So there we go, something new. 30-second bell now. Sturt have the ball, and they did this in the dying seconds of that last quarter.
No one's moving.
They actually scored, and Bianca having to do all the work, and everyone's running away from her. But Kim Sutton's found a spot there, so she wants her to drive around on the left-hand side here. Up to Kim Sutton. Kim Sutton turns inside. Oh, good shovel there. That has gone, and you can hear Courtney wanted the quick one, but not going to be that quick, and only Curry gets him from that end as 3-point. And we see the score here at three-quarter time on the Living Choice scoreboard. Glenelg 14, Sturt 2, and we will take some ads from our sponsors.
John Wood here for Living Choice Fullerton, a luxury retirement village which is set to become the most exclusive retirement living address in Adelaide. Keith, what's your verdict?
I'm impressed, John. These apartments really do have the wow factor, and you can choose from spacious one-bedroom apartments through to ultra-luxurious penthouses.
Location, luxury, lifestyle and living well. Once again, Living Choice has ticked all the boxes.
Come and have a look at the stunning display apartment
and discover the new standard in retirement living.
As the welcome back here to Lacrosse SA TV, your live and free TV in South Australia for all South Australian lacrosse, both women's and men's. And another big game coming up here for our number 2 live game later this evening. We have the North Adelaide Men's State League against the Glenelg Men's State League. And but right now we are going to go into quarter number 4, and had a couple of goal scorers that quarter there, Lip, in as far as Glenelg. Nothing on the Sturt side, but who got on the board there for Glenelg?
So Darcy Beckett got a goal for her third for the game. Jamie Dinning got her first for the game. Laura Evans got her third for the game that quarter. And young Nikki Haynes, first goal in State League.
Congratulations to Nikki.
And her sister Sarah got 2 that quarter.
Anything
so
you can do, I can do better. Yep. As we see Michaela and Jess just going about the work in the middle. Brody picks up the ball here. She's got Jess Morrison screaming down if Jess keeps going. It's still opening up there. Kicks it out to this side. There's the Haynes train. And the Haynes train goes, thank you very much. I'm going to add another one as she gets her 4th and of the night, and becomes the highest goal scorer on any team.
Yeah, and with the left hand as well.
Good shot down low, as you see here on the Living Choice replay on LSA TV. Just gets the ball, takes one step, and that's the way you shoot. Ashley Hill sort of came up to, and before she'd actually got the defence on her, shot was away. And down low stick side, very difficult to stop, covered across the body.
It's handy having a lefty though in your side, in any side, you know.
Yeah.
Lefties are pretty handy in attack.
As we see Morrison and Michaela Ritchie in the centre again for the centre draw. Ball up, ball to be won, and that was almost a deja vu there.
Oh.
As Brody got the ball, just like she did the last centre draw. Kicks it down here to Beckett. Addie just stepping out. Karen Mortimer. Bianca McKay has her little inside step. Good save again from Addie. She's been really good in the cage, Addie. And I think she's going to say that she took it in and out.
Yeah.
That's, again, a couple of really unfortunate things from Addie tonight. She's been really good in the cage.
Yeah.
You see, just stepped out, grabbed the ball and stepped back in.
Yep.
And that's very technical, but that is the rule. Just like the one before, Addie came out and shut down the
3 seconds.
And shut down the shot from the other end here.
On Michaela Ritchie.
And Addie had to come out of the cage and sit where the player was, so she had an open goal.
So Laura's going to push here.
Good roll back.
Inside,
steps
shot,
inside. Addie.
bang.
Oh. And we. Okay, so that's no goal. There was a whistle for shooting space here, but she'll have an opportunity to redeem that one. As we see Laura Evans, she's going to shoot this. I'm all over this one, Lip. She's gonna shoot this. It's going low offside.
No.
Okay, see, that's why we're none for none at the moment. We're none for two, I think, Lip, on our calls.
Yep.
I was sure she was going to pop that one. Kicked it down here to Darcy Beckett. Darcy Beckett with Kiralee McKay. Great cut. That one's gone just to the left-hand side. Great cut there from Karen Mortimer.
Good quick stick then as well.
Yeah, it's always gone. I was actually talking to the boys the other day at training, and they get the ball and they want to do this, drop the hands low and whatever. I said, no one throws a good quick stick anymore, and it's one of those ones that really the goalie doesn't have an opportunity with the quick stick. So we've been practicing a few of them at the moment.
Nice change of hands.
Just steps inside.
Yeah.
Garen looks to Brody. Brody kicks it over. We're going to have 3 seconds here again. As Anastasia just comes out behind Brody Borovnik. I think this is going to be on the outer.
Yeah. It's not a free shot. But if Brody goes in here to crank.
So she's
now
she has an opportunity.
Yeah.
Look at the back corner.
Jess.
And Jess Morrison just, you saw that opening up like a good can of baked beans, didn't you? Just on the back corner, as you see on the Living Choice replay here with Lacrosse SA TV. You can see right in the picture there is Jess Morrison, and just a good look from Brody Borovnik. Kicks it down to her young counterpart in Jess Morrison, and Jess Morrison is on the board this evening.
For her first goal, yes.
So certainly sharing it around at the moment. There's only a couple of players actually that don't have goals on the board at the moment. So Carly Evans is obviously one of them because she's not allowed to shoot. But Chelsea Gilbert, no, I don't believe so.
Chelsea Gilbert.
So I don't believe the question was asked, can she score a full field goal? And the answer is no. So we'd love to see that. I'd love to see Addie go coast to coast or Carly go coast. They do enough running. You see them out at practice and they're all running these 400s and 300s. And, if they're not allowed to go that far, I'd be saying to the coach, do I have to be doing these sprints?
That's right. Just stay in the cage.
If I'm not allowed to go that far, why would I run that far? As we see Michaela Ritchie just kicks it to Alana Baker.
Who I think has taken centre draws all night.
She hasn't missed one yet.
No.
Has not missed one.
And she's done quite well in the centre draw for not being able to have a rest and the only one taking them.
So you can hear Chelsea there. Sorry, Courtney talking to
Chelsea Gilbert.
Chelsea just saying, move the ball on. And Chelsea's just sitting here, just wanting a ball up the top. Oh, here's another one. So Ella hasn't scored yet. Chelsea hasn't scored yet. So they're both down here. Gilbo's on the inside. Great inside feed. And Morrison with another one. Morrison with her second of the quarter. But that's an outstanding feed.
Yep.
And found a great cut there. As you see on the Living Choice replay, just left her defender in her wake in Bianca McKay. And not much you can do about that as a goalie when they're going that quick and covered at you from a cut with a feed like that.
But that's just smart lacrosse from Glenelg because they're playing up high, opening up the defence for the cutters, giving the cutters plenty of room. And that's the thing where Sturt, with such a young team, we've got to take out of this game. Got to take this out of this game and watch the way that they move the ball and think, well, we can do that as well. Because they've got the pace in their team to do this, but they've just got to spread and work for each other harder.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the score here on the Living Choice scoreboard is Glenelg 17, Sturt 2. But for all your traditional veranda and carports, roofing and guttering, home improvement needs, get onto Traditional, and they will certainly help you out. Give them a call on 8376-3639 to find out how they can help you and how they can collaborate with you to get that custom build that you're looking for your dream extensions. And you can also get in touch with them on traditional.com.au. Oh, sorry, tradav.com.au. That's why I should have worn my glasses this evening. So Sturt with an offensive opportunity. And you see here that Michaela. So we just, you hear Courtney on the outer side.
Still putting heaps of pressure. Courtney wants putting pressure all over the ground still.
So Laura Evans with the ball here, steps inside.
Save.
Another big save there from Addie. And but that's really good work as Kiralee needs to pick the ball up, but she's got some motors here.
Some jets.
And Chelsea Gilbert is chasing, but Ella Drury's coming from her right-hand side, and Ella is not going to give her anything easy as a push comes in. And you saw that coming from a long way. And Kit with that forward momentum has gone about 10 metres from that push from Ella Drury. But you saw Ella coming in from the right-hand side there, and she wasn't going to let her get anywhere near as Ella just finds her way back into the defensive space. As Kiralee just moseys the ball down to the X position, and they will go about their work as we see Kim Sutton just going about some work. Kit's obviously got in a couple of times, but there's two goes, so there had to be a free player there. And Sutton around the back, there's a flag here. So we're going to have a 3-second call.
What a flag.
I thought maybe there was a push there for the flag, but I thought she had the things up for a 3-second there, Lynn. And obviously the next big game here on LSA TV, we've got the Glenelg Seahawks against North Adelaide. And that's going to be a cracking game, and given what's been happening. So
is this Amy Milbank?
That is Amy Milbank. So Amy just kicking the ball down. We've got another whistle here.
3 seconds.
You've got the 21, Jess.
So Ruby Zara Boatwright just
going just about into the car park.
She's just about going down to where they're going to do stretches after the game. As Kiralee with the ball. But Kiralee beats her man, gets in again. Oh, it would be welcome reward for Kit to put one in the cage. She's done that a couple of times coming off that back corner. Good inside step there from Hill. And Ashley Hill just goes, thank you very much, Kit. That's how you do it when you come around the corner. And Ashley Hill with her first of the night. And you see here on the Living Choice replay, just comes around, just beats her player inside, and good little shot down, not stopping that one as a goalie.
That was a great little move by Ashley Hill. Tucked the stick in, protected herself, protected her stick, and just got in there beautifully. Great move.
Again, a couple of times they're just letting them get that goal side though. They're not, they're almost stopping them from going upfield and getting the high side. But they're just popping inside, and the defence there really needs to be a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
So again, we have Michaela Ritchie in here doing a great job. Oh, she's warm one there. And play it on.
Bianca.
As Bianca gets the ball, kicks it down to Sutton. We've got a 17-3 game here now. Sutton steps up to Bianca. B steps inside, and there's another one. And Glenelg just starting to pour it on late here.
Sturt.
Sorry, Sturt starting to pour it onto Glenelg late here. There's verbal dyslexia is just kicking in here too, Lip. As we see on the Living Choice replay here, just Bianca McKay steps inside and pops that one top shelf. And that is her first of the game.
Ella,
and
she's had a very solid game, Bianca. She's done a lot of work.
Really good. And so both the McKay sisters, both Kiralee and Bianca, scoring now for Sturt.
And young Michaela Ritchie in centres has done a great job as well.
She's done
centres all night.
The good thing there is she wore one in that last centre. She got a stick straight across the goggles, but didn't complain, just kept it going. And we see her back in there again. Ball to be won here. Good work there from Bianca McKay again. She's still fighting for it. Michaela Ritchie. There she is. There's the one. She's got her sister up the field.
Oh.
Good check, but going to say that one just went pop. And we see the fast
break.
whistle. Kicks it over to Annie. Annie steps inside, through 1, through 2. And just didn't have the pace on that one. Great outlet there from Carly.
Nice look to her sister.
Carly DeLaura.
Yep.
Karen's just sneaking around on her left-hand side. She has Tam just guarding her now. Ball kicks down here to Dinning.